Hi, my name is Michael.G, and after I finished the last video about the Chad chasers, gold diggers, um, serpent seed, I figured let me make a secondary one because there's more to them. More things that you need to look out for when it comes to these um, Chad chasers and gold diggers. So let's go look at the phone. Now, the phone of the Chad chaser, if this woman is on her phone and checking her social media, then you're a fan. Get rid of her. If you're having a date, first, second, third date, and she spends all her time on the phone checking, especially the first date. If you're on a first date with her and she's checking to see her social media, get rid of her. Gotta go. Don't even have a second date. I don't care how good she looks. She is waiting for Chad to text her. Believe it. If Chad says, I'm right here, right now, I want you to leave that guy, come outside, and spend 10, 15 minutes with me, and then go back with him, she'll do it. She'll do it. Next, social media. Look at her pictures. What you don't want to see is hot half naked pictures. And her hanging out with the feministas in nightclubs. If she's with her girl band, the feministas, stay away, away, away. Because that committee is going to help ruin her. Because the feministas or the feminist women committee is like the worst thing for a woman. Worst. I'll get into a story about that someone was a friend of mine, and then his wife's feminist committee created fake drama just to try and get rid of me. So if you're seeing hot photos on her social media, I go, do you think she's going to stop after you and her are together? Do you really think that this woman who's half naked on her social media is someone that you're going to really be proud of? Is this a family that you want to have with this person? No. No, 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 no. No. So again, a lot of phone, first date, goodbye. Looking at the social media, look at her social media and see hot photos on her social media, like Instagram. You're going to find all her orbiters and Chads. You're going to find, and Tyrone. You see, the friend, she keeps all these guys as friends. The orbiters are the simps, and the simps will just wait for any phone call from her. If you picked up her phone and sent a text message to all the guys there, hey, listen, let's get together tonight, you'll see that most of those guys on that list will either be orbiters, Chad, Tyrone, and the only people that maybe are good people say, what the hell are you talking about? Are you crazy? That's the only person that's good on her list. Otherwise, the rest of them are just orbiters waiting for her to extend the olive branch of potential romance with him. And these guys can't be trusted. Chads or Tyrone. Okay. Next. With the Instagram, just look at the bios of the people when you have a chance, because that's available for everybody. Everybody gives you their calling card. Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff. If you're going to be with this woman and you're going to be together with her, you got to remember, if she's post-wall Chad chaser, she is now now she becomes a gold digger. So you as a man have to understand that the end game is the money. Now, is money a bad thing? No. Is the man supposed to support the woman? Absolutely. And here's how. When you are a man, or the body, the masculine takes in the food, brings it to the body digests the food and gives it back to the man. This is the feminine part of the body, this is the masculine. So yes, the man is supposed to be bringing in the money, just like the head brings in the food, so the woman can digest it. What you don't want is the woman sitting there and draining all your energy draining energy of the man buying garbage so that you have to work harder. You want the woman that wants you home with her. Wants you home. So she will make the home a fantastic place for you. If she doesn't make the home a fantastic place for you in cooking and attending to you in the home, then she doesn't want you there. And she doesn't want you there. Or she's the wrong woman for you. A house becomes a home because the woman makes it that way. That the man comes home and he has his rest. So you have to do your part as the man. So that means get off your couch with the video games and go do your job. Or go do something so that you can have a family, provide for you and a family. And like I know guys that get together with these girls and then the women are golfers, widow, fisherman, widow. The woman spends no time with the guy because the guy is doing the hobbies so much that he doesn't understand. You're in a relationship with a woman. That means this person that you're with is carrying your name, and you people are supposed to be together as one. But if you're going to go out golfing all the time, fisherman all the time too, dude, you got to question where you're coming from. Something's wrong with you, dude. Something's wrong with you. So the original list I had, things to look out for: tattoo, curses, lots of makeup, flighty, drama, they don't want to keep the last name, phone, social media. And make sure her social media has family pictures. Because if she doesn't have family pictures, then you're not going to have a family with her. That I can guarantee you. And you have to be careful about the feminista friends. You have to look. I didn't really get into this one. Feminista friends. Okay, now let me get into a story about the feminista friends. Okay, so I have this guy that I've known for a long time. He hooked up with this girl. They were together for a bit, and then she got spooked. She got spooked, broke up the relationship, left, and went to an old boyfriend, Chad. Chad dumped her. But he really wanted her back. Dumped her. So he was ready to start simping for her. Now, and then I said to him, I said, do you really want her back? He says, yes, he really wants her back. Okay, all right. How he was going to simp was he was going to contact one of her friends, one of her feminist friends, and maintain a conversation to try and get the feminist friend to talk to her. And I said, this is the worst thing in the world. So he ended up being I'll tell you how that ended up, but he wanted to use, under the ground, methods to get a woman who left. So I said to him, I said, look, you really want her back? I go, this is what you do. I said, you do not contact her ever again. Nothing. And why is because when you're in a breakup with someone, and this happened to me too, and the woman took off, and the woman, what she does is she creates this toxic situation, just like the other one did. They might either leave you and go for old chat or something, or cheat, or leave you to cheat, or whatever. Relationship's gone. So what the guy would normally do, that it's a simping, is that he will find a way to stay in contact with her, some way. Okay? He will use friends of hers. He will do welfare checks. Okay? Let me tell you what your welfare check is. If the woman left, your welfare check on her is known as the newspaper, and you look in the obituaries. That's the only place that you ever check on a woman that that leaves you, because she has to come to her realization that she screwed up, and she only has a short amount of time, 1 month. 1 month. And in that 1 month, tops two, you make sure that you have no contact at all, like she is dead. And the reason you do this is because this welfare check, use the friends, and everything like this is kind of weaning her off of you. And she starts looking at you as you're disgusting. Yes, take my advice. The woman that you're going to use the friends to try and talk to her, do welfare checks. Are you okay? Oh, I'm just checking to see you all right. Sending her a text or something, returning her old clothes. She left like a dirty sock or something, or a stocking, and you want to give it back to her, or shoes. All this is simping. You're doing it where you're saying, oh, it's okay. I'm slowly leaving him now. No, 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 no. You don't want that. You want her that if she's not, you want her to splat on the wall, and this is you, that she can't get to you. That's what you want. So, my friend, like I said, he wanted her back. Well, in a drunken stupor, one night, she was the one that called back, drunk. She called him back. All right? Then they got back together, they got married, they had a kid, and then, I'm invited to parties with her feminista friends. So the woman had the feministas, and what the feministas do, they don't want you there, or they don't want me there. Because you see, when I'm there, I'm what you call a toxic man. Toxic patriarchy. Borderline can be called misogynist. Or whatever you want to say. I'm the toxic patriarchy. All right? Older values, and with that, if I get around the feministas, they will be hot with anger. Hot with anger. So, what her friends did was they said to my friend, they said to him that I said something bad about her. I don't know, it had to do with her being, close to 30 and having kids, something like that. And she didn't say what I said. She told a different story to his wife. Then he white-knighted, and he let me go. My friend let me go. So why? That's going to lead into my next video about simps. A simp will betray you. And the feministas or the women that are surrounding the gold digger or the Chad chaser, the committee, this committee of women, the committee of women, what they will do is they're a bad influence. These women are such a bad influence. Friday nights out, Friday night clubbing. That's another thing to add to the another thing. No Friday night clubbing. No every Friday night getting together with the girls. That has to die. That's just like over. Now, the problem is 95% of the guys that watch this video, or in the last one, will not have the guts to speak this truth. This is the problem. And if now that you know the truth, because now you have no excuse. If you've gotten to my first video and this video, you have no excuse now. You could test it. You could see if we're wrong on this and wrong in this. You could test it, but you're going to find out that once you know the truth, the only road you have is if you don't speak the truth is simping. And that will do my next video. Once you simp for the woman, you are doomed. You become a prisoner. You throw away your testicles. and she has them on the mantle. Your testicles now are on the mantle. You lose your power as a man, and you will not be happy. You'll take in the anchor babies from Chad and Tyrone, and you will work yourself to death to give her the lifestyle she doesn't need but thinks that she deserves. Keep that in mind. When you get a woman that has had Chad for many years, a Chad chaser, when you went with a woman that's a Chad chaser, a gold digger, you're going to be working for a lifestyle that is trying to be fantasy. No fantasy lifestyle. No fantasy lifestyle. Get out of that. What's really funny is yesterday, too, I drew this picture of the woman and what happens with the heart, and it's really funny. The mouth of the person and the heart, I kind of ended up making a head. And look what comes out of the mouth. The heart. What comes out of the mouth is the heart. So if you are simping out of your mouth, if you're simping, you are lying. Keep that in mind. And relationships where you're with a narcissist or a psychopath, the psychopath and the narcissist wants you to lie. Because you see, when you're simping for the woman with the big boobs, you're simping for her, she's higher than you, you're saying yes, yes baby, when you should say no, because now you have no excuse. When you make this, what you're doing now is you get to carry the weight of her sins. You get the sins of the woman. You are going to be eating Chad and Tyrone's spent sperm on a continuous basis. You don't know this, but this is what you do when you simp and sacrifice the truth. You cannot sacrifice the truth. This woman, if you have to lie to be with her, she's got to go. She has got to go. For you, as a man, the most important thing for you to do is to be in your body. And the only way that you're going to be in the body, as the Bible says, is that you have to speak the truth and the light. Okay, here's the truth. I am 5'5", 5'5" tall. Totally not close to being a tall man. I'm 5'5". And actually, I didn't even know I was 5'5". I always thought I was 5'8". And even that is still considered short, right? This is the truth. 5'5". Has this hindered me from meeting women? Absolutely. You know who it protected me from? And I'm so glad I'm my height. It protected me from the Chad chasers. It really did. And the gold diggers. Being 5'5", they don't even want to look at me. And I'm so happy now. I can't tell you how happy I am. Because if I got hooked up with one of them, then I would have been paying for Chad or Tyrone's anchor baby. Or the woman would have been with me only for, like me being 6'2". So, this could be a weakness, you would think, that you're short or something, or the women don't find you attractive. Let me tell you, once you understand serpent seed is reproduced by Chad chasers and gold diggers, then it's a whole different ballgame. It's just now that you're like me, I'm 5'5". By speaking the truth and being in the light, can I tell you something? My life is pretty sweet in lots of things. A lot of things, my life is really sweet. I dodged a lot of bullets. I caught some, but I dodged a lot of bullets. But you're not going to dodge bullets if you sacrifice the truth and the light. What you will get, I promise you, you will get a Chad chasing, newly formed virgin that now becomes a gold digger. You do not want a gold digger. You're not having a relationship with a woman so she can buy a Prada bag. Now, if you got tons of money, hey man, buy her anything you want. But you know what? If you got tons of money, don't lead with the money. Now, here's the funny thing. The gold diggers. See, God has a great sense of humor. So I was in a relationship once with a gold digger. She was getting close to the wall. So here's the wall. She was getting real close to that wall, right? So what did she want? She wanted to get she's leaving the Chad life, but she was going for the gold digger life. Now remember, these women have no heart, right? All right, so they have no heart. They're going with the gold digger. Now, the gold digger, they're becoming a gold digger. The guy with the gold, who cannot see that this woman has no heart, he uses the money as his identity. So, this is really important now. I'm going to tell you where the gold diggers are going to end up. So because this guy's money is his identity, he's not looking for the heart. In his mind, heart is control. Okay? So as this woman gets closer to this dude with the money, all right, she thinks that she's going to be in the lap of luxury. What this guy does is that as she comes closer, as the gold digger comes closer to him, his control goes higher. So again, I knew this woman. She was getting close to the wall. You know what she did? You know what happened? It was close to the wedding, and he dumps a prenup on her, and I was cracking up. And the prenup had like thousands of pages. It's crazy prenup. In the same week or two or something, she falls down the stairs. I told you they get punished. She falls down the stairs and she breaks her arm, right? So this dude takes her to the hospital and he tries to negotiate with the doctor on the price of setting her arm. Just picture how psychotic this means. This is the guy she is going to be hooking up with. A guy who is, he's like playing games with her well-being because in his mind, he needs control. The closer he was getting to her, the more of a monster he was becoming. Because he doesn't have a heart either. He sacrificed his heart to make the cash. So he has no heart. He's not looking for a heart. So he got the perfect relationship here. What do you have as the relationship? Money and gold digger. Neither one of these have a heart. Instead of having a heart, which they don't have, okay, they don't have a heart, here's what they got. In place of a heart, he's using control. Okay? In place of a heart, she is using her will to stay with him. Will to stay. Okay. Let me show you what this looks like. This woman now, attractive, right? Attractive woman, all right? You would think that it would look like a human. No. This woman doesn't have a head, but she has big hairy arms that she uses to grab the money. Doesn't even give a shit about the guy. I mean, it's a pretty bad drawing, but the enabling woman who is not going after the gold, but gets into relationships where she gets beat up all the time, she uses the hairy arms to hold on to the guy's head. This one doesn't hold the head. This one only holds the bag. Wants to hold the bag. This is the energy of this person. Okay? This is the energy. She does stuff for him out of money. And it's funny, Donald Trump even said it too. He said it when he had Melania Trump, and he was talking about Melania and all the kids. They like me because I have money. They do things for me because I have money. Okay? Let me tell you something. This is not a happy place to be. If you're a dude with money and you're just looking for the gold digger, and you don't understand that you're gonna make sure the heart's in there too, then all you're doing is you're with a covert narcissist. This becomes the relationship with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And Johnny Depp is no rock star in this. He wasn't a rock star because remember, he left his wife to go for Amber Heard. And he paid dearly for that. He sacrificed the heart to go after the Chad chasing gold digger. Chad chasing gold digger. This is really important. You have to remember that if you start making a lot of money as a guy, that you're going to be surrounded with a lot of people that are going to become gold diggers. And a lot of these gold digging guys, the gold digger women to the women, they sacrifice the heart, okay, and they give you the will instead. And the guy has hyper control. And the closer he gets, his idea of the body is control. Okay, I didn't touch on this too. Okay, now we're going to talk about the rich guy. The rich control guy. Now here's what happens. This is the body. Okay? The body. All right. Okay. The feminine is the torso. The masculine is the head. Okay, masculine, feminine. Okay. When the man is inside his body, he does not need to be a control freak. And here's why. When the masculine is outside his body, when he's not in his body, then he creates the world around him to make up what he's lacking. And we know this in the opposite sex with that woman who with the broken arm. So what does he look for? Why is the control such a big issue? Because you see, for him, the heart is subservient to the head. Okay? So when the brain says beat, the heart beats. That's how the function of the biomechanical with the heart, with the brain. The brain sends the message to the heart beats, and then the brain has understanding that the heart beat, right? This is easy to understand, right? So now when you got the woman who's going to represent the torso, oh, my pencil, gotta get another pencil. What happens is, because he's not connected in his body, and he's split, his understanding of the heart with the woman is the biomechanical. His understanding now of love is not the heart aspect of love, but it's the biomechanical, that he barks out an order and she has to fulfill that order. Okay? So she uses her will to fulfill that order. And that's the dysfunction of this relationship. The rich guy uses more control because he doesn't have a connection to his own heart. He doesn't understand heart. He doesn't look for heart. So he goes after a heartless woman that gives him will, that will jump, boo-boo, jump. And she will jump. She will jump, roll over. She'll play dead for the money. Okay? The problem is that in this relationship, once the anchor baby comes out, once those anchor babies comes out, he's going to have a problem. He's going to have a problem. Again, the head wants the control that is more crazy about money. That's very easy to understand. If you know a lot of rich people, forget it. Their will is out of control. Okay? So the woman is the torso, right? This is the torso, has the legs and the arms. So she now gives will. So when he says heart, beat, or in this case, do this, she will use her will. Instead of saying go F yourself or go screw yourself, she will use her will to say yes. Yes. So she's lying to fulfill this because he doesn't have a heart and she sacrifices the heart. This is how they come together. This is the guy with lots of bucks, lots of power. This is not an accident. Everything is in the Bible. This is in the Bible. I could show all